Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge, here to review some Vegas Golden Knights action as we lose in a shootout 6-5 against the Carolina Hurricanes in Uncle Petey De Pablo's first game at home, T-Mobile Arena, inside the Fortress. And unfortunately, boys and girls, I did not attend this game. Watched it on the television, felt pretty good about it, especially the way the Vegas Golden Knights started. Just felt as though Vegas was on it from the start, aggressive, and it showed in an effort where Shea Theodore seemingly gets a goal, but it's not called. And, you know, as much as I bitch and moan in those specific moments and write it down like an angry little fucking edgelord child, I realize and recognize when I make a mistake. And when they show the replay, the fucking puck hits the post, and I think, well, they're generating a lot of shots, so maybe something might go in. And sure enough, Max Pacioretty, first period, 13 minutes and 26 seconds in. It's Holden to Theodore, who shoots the puck, and Max Pacioretty just deflects it in, almost like a video game parry. Just perfect parry at the right time. You guys play video games, you know what the fuck I'm talking about in terms of sword fighting games. But if you don't, it's just a deflection off of a fucking shot from the blue line, which felt good. It felt good for the Vegas Golden Knights to get that goal at home, 1-0. And at this point, the Vegas Golden Knights scoring chances are overshadowing the Carolina Hurricanes 10-1. 10-1. Okay, the scoring chances were 10-1, and the Vegas Golden Knights felt impressive. And I thought, okay, we're going to get 2-3 more goals in this period, and we're just going to fucking dominate these guys. And sure enough, power forward extraordinaire John Merrill gets the goal in 1 minute and 11 seconds after the Max Pacioretty goal. And you'd have to think Carrier carrying the puck, carried by the weight of responsibility under John Merrill, who backhands it in, and Reimer saw no rhyme or reason. I'm sorry with the terrible puns, but it was just right there. I had to do it. Just like how John Merrill had to net in that puck with a backhand. And you feel the Vegas Golden Knights up 2-0, confident, and possibly carrying that swagger into the second period. But unfortunately, the Vegas Golden Knights follow this typical narrative of not playing till the full fucking period, which means they concede a goal with about 28 seconds left in the first period. Teravainen, long shot from the blue line. And it's defensive Marc-Andre Fleury. Literally everybody missing that shit. And you'd have to think, okay, you just blew that. Okay, you just completely blew that. But you're okay. It's okay. You're up 2-1. I'm not gonna bitch and moan too much because you're up 2-1. What am I gonna be afraid of? You know, it's not like the Vegas Golden Knights have a narrative of blowing leads. So we go into the second period where Shea Theodore nets in a goal 59 seconds in. 59 motherfucking seconds in. And the reason why I cough is kind of the unbelievable nature of our defensemen getting a little more offensive as soon as Uncle Petey De Pablo comes in. Coincidence? I don't know, but man, oh man, you have just Shea skating from the D with Riley Smith right next to him. A little back and forth play, and bang, Shea Theodore nets in the goal. Absolutely deserves it. And it's really, when you're up 3-1, you want to get more goals and you want to kill this game off, especially in a second period situation where you know the third period, 20 extra minutes, any bullshit can happen. So, unfortunately for the Vegas Golden Knights, unfortunately for the Carolina Hurricanes, Reimer was on fire in the second period, especially after conceding the Shea Theodore goal. And it felt as though the puck luck wasn't really with the Vegas Golden Knights, a couple of post shots, but Reimer came up big, especially in that second period after conceding the Shea Theodore goal. So we move along into the third period, where up to this point, only one penalty has been called throughout the entire game. One penalty. And that's on Vegas. Then, as soon as I fucking say that shit, of course, Vegas is on the goddamn penalty. And it's on a delayed penalty call that the Vegas Golden Knights concede a goal. Yes, it's Sebastian freaking Aho, a minute and 19 seconds into the first period, scoring the goal. I mean, it's just great puck movement by Carolina, and the way they just created space between between some of these defensemen that were trying to block up, up in front of Marc-Andre Fleury. Which, come on. I see guys like McNabb trying to scrounge around. I know it's not going to work. So Aho scores, and it's a fucking double minor on Zach Whitecloud immediately after this goal is scored in a situation where you're only up 3-2. Now you got to kill off a penalty for 4 minutes, where these guys just scored on a fucking delayed penalty. Not these guys, just hypothetically speaking of these guys, invisible figure here. But when Carolina gets on that power play, you just have an uneasy feeling with the Vegas Golden Knights because of the way they've been just pedestrian in the penalty killing, especially after Gerard Gallant's firing. And that's not brushing over anything. I just feel like based on all the games that I've watched throughout this season, I just try to watch every fucking game, the penalty killing has gotten a little bit stale. But fortunately for the Vegas Golden Knights, in the first half of this double minor, they're able to get a goal, a shorthanded goal by Chandler Stephenson, who, Jesus Christ, Chandler Stephenson has been an absolute revelation and a renaissance figure as a center in the Vegas Golden Knights. This guy can be inserted into literally any lineup, any line, and he works. He just works. And it's curious because you have William Carrier, who was on the ice today at City National Arena practicing with the third line. So that trip to Minnesota should be a very interesting one, where Carlson's going to be lined up with Alex Tuch and Cody Eakin. So your guess is as good as mine, but it speaks to the volume of how invaluable Chandler Stephenson has been, especially with that Max Pacioretty and Mark Stone line. Just an unbelievable offensive output from these guys. And unfortunate because, our Riley Smith, Marchessault, and Paul Stastny line is suffering a little bit right now. But to get the shorthanded goal, Chandler on the loose, it felt good. 4-2. You're in the second half of the fucking penalty kill. Now you just have to kill off a penalty. But unfortunately, for the Vegas Golden Knights, while you're up 4-2, you concede a fucking power play goal. On the back half of that minor penalty, it's Erik Haula. Erik Haula, out of anybody who could have scored, it's Erik Haula netting the all-important 1-goal deficit goal-getting goal. Right? And God, you just figure, man, is Marc-Andre Fleury going to be okay for the rest of this game? Because I've seen this shit where there are nights where Marc-Andre Fleury moves and flows like the beautiful flower that he is. But most of the nights nowadays, what I've seen from Marc-Andre Fleury has been a very inconsistent form of will he or won't he? Will he concede a goal or won't he concede a goal? And unfortunately, right after the Erik Haula goal, it's Fleury on Fleury crime. Flower on flower violence. My God, Fleury versus Fleury. And yes, it's the other Fleury, Hayden Fleury of the Carolina Hurricanes, who scores on Marc-Andre Fleury. And the whole reason why this had to be put on video review was for possible incidental contact on the goaltender. But Carolina smartly challenges this decision, and the referees, after careful consideration and review, reversed their call. So good goal. Fleury on Fleury crime, and Hayden Fleury getting that all-important equalizer. Third period, 10 minutes and 48 seconds in. My God. My God. You have this just awful feeling in your stomach as a Vegas Golden Knights fan, feeling, wow, we just blew another fucking 2-point lead. We just blew another 2-goal lead. We had a 3-1 lead. We had a 4-2 lead. And now it's 4-4. Holy fuck, what are we going to do? Well, what the Vegas Golden Knights decide to do is go donkey brains and concede penalties. And within the confines of doing that, you concede goals. And Nikas Nekas. I apologize if I can't pronounce hockey names properly. It's a bit hard and my brain's stupid. But this cat scores in the power play, brings the Canes up 5-4. At this point, when the Canes are up 5-4, I really said this out loud. I said, we don't deserve shit in this game. We don't deserve shit in this game. Because the way you concede those goals, I mean, holy fuck, guys. 3 unanswered goals in the span of how many minutes? 10? Barely 10? It's embarrassing. It's an utter embarrassment. And really, 2 power play goals within those 3 goals. 2 power play goals. The penalty killing unit has been an utter disaster. And when the Vegas Golden Knights score the equalizer, I feel, as for most fans, it glosses over a lot of the problems that I saw in that third period. But for me, that goal, that 5th goal by the Carolina Hurricanes told me, yeah, Vegas don't deserve shit in this game. And if we lose, I won't even be mad about it. But sure enough, Cody Eakin. Cody motherfucking Eakin. Okay, I have to try to fucking figure this shit out. Because this man had not scored in the longest fucking time. But of course, a long pass from defense. Cody Eakin just hustles and finishes it with the wraparound. And yeah, that gave a little lifeline to Vegas to get at least a point out of this. Because once you go into overtime, where the Vegas Golden Knights have a minute of power play into it, they can't capitalize. They can't do shit. And I saw it in overtime. Those 5 minutes of overtime where you're watching the Vegas Golden Knights skate around, try to make some sort of play happen. It just doesn't. And again, there's a huge amount of credit that has to go to Reimer. There's a huge amount of credit that has to go on the 3-on-3 for the Carolina Hurricanes, just being very well disciplined and just staying aggressive on the puck. And by the time the overtime starts winding down, Reimer has this unbelievable save. And that's when I knew the Knights were going to lose. Now, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Anyone could say that. Anyone could say that shit. But momentum shifters like that, especially in hockey, when you go into overtime, when you go into a shootout in the regular season, it's body language. It's things within the building that you can read. You can sense off of players. And honestly, going into the shootout, I didn't feel confident. The Vegas Golden Knights this season, especially in shootouts, haven't been all that impressive. And so Teravainen shows up, steps up, Fleury saves it. No problem. But for the Vegas Golden Knights, this is the stat that just I knew was going to bite them in the ass. Jonathan Marchessault had 100% fucking record in the penalty shootout. He would score every single fucking goal on the penalty. But when you fucking put a stat like that, what happens? He misses. He misses. He absolutely misses it. Just fucking whoosh, up in the fucking air. And God, when that happened and Svechnikov, steps up, it was over. Svechnikov makes it. Theodore gets an opportunity the next round, whiffs it, completely whiffs it, and it's Justin Williams. Out of retirement, Justin Williams getting the goal. Yeah. Yep. And I think that's a fair result. I think really the Carolina Hurricanes getting those 2 points, very fair result. Because honestly, the Vegas Golden Knights don't deserve shit. They don't. Reimer with 33 saves on 38 shot, 868 save percentage, marginally better than Marc-Andre Fleury, 29 saves on 34 shots, and 853 save percentage. Not a great game for either goalies. No, by no means, no. But when you watch the actual game itself, I would heavily contest that Reimer had the better game. Reimer was the guy who kept his team in, especially in the second period and the latter stages of that third period where shit was going awry, especially after that shorthanded goal. But he kept it up. He kept his team in it. And the Vegas Golden Knights shot themselves in the foot. What else is there to say? What else is there to say about the Vegas Golden Knights at this point at home? Especially at home. And I know, the Gallant firing and PD Pablo just being here, it's not going to help the case. But Jesus Christ, this is a thing I wouldn't really blame the coach. I would look at Marc-Andre Fleury. I would look at that defense and really take a hard look and think, guys, there's a problem here. We got to figure this shit out. And yeah, Zach Whitecloud has shown some really great abilities. Simultaneously, like, he's not going to be the long-term solution, is he? You need to bring another piece in, another big piece on defense. And what's going to happen within the next few weeks, who the hell knows? You know, trade deadline is coming up in a couple of weeks here. And the Vegas Golden Knights have very, very little maneuverability in what they can do in terms of player switching around and asset management. So all we can hope for is the Vegas Golden Knights throughout these next few weeks where, yes, they do have a game at Minnesota on Tuesday, but I think there's about 6 or 7 games straight where they're going to make their homestand. And as best as I can, I'm going to attend those games. But again, just an unfortunate time where you haven't been home in a month. It was Uncle Petey De Pablo's first game at home, and you blew a 2-goal lead. Not once, twice. You blew a 2-goal lead twice. Vegas Golden Knights. Take some time. Reflect. And Jesus fucking Christ, figure this shit out, because how the fuck do you blow it at home again? Yeah, come playoff time. If playoff time comes for the Vegas Golden Knights. If it comes. It's going to be a very difficult one if we can't button up and get these results at home. So hopefully within the homestand, we can figure that out. Get a couple of points, especially at home. And yeah, hope for the best. So Vegas Golden Knights fans, I know it's frustrating, but that's it for me. Now, follow me at the Sky Lounge and on all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Go Knights, go!